Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your bow. Chop your own wood and it will warn you twice. We seek more to take suffering away from ourselves than to gain pleasure. To enjoy the rainbow, first enjoy the rain. Life has a way of testing a person's will, either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen at once. Blessed are those who did not fear solitude, who are not afraid of their own company, who are not always desperately looking for something to do, something to amuse themselves with, something to judge. The scope of one's personality is defined by the magnitude of that problem which is capable of driving a person out of his wits. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. It's not the load that keeps you down, it's how you carry it. At the end of the game, the king and the pawn go back to the same box. If you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. A wise man makes his own decisions, and ignorant man follows the public opinion. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Happiness is a child's dream fulfilled in maturity. Every normal person is really only partly normal. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Be careful of the stories you're telling yourself about your current circumstances. A handful of negative thoughts has no space for positive ones. There are moments when troubles enter our lives and we can do nothing to avoid them, but they are there for a reason. Only when we have overcome them will we understand why they were there. To acquire knowledge, one must study, but to acquire wisdom, one must observe. When someone leaves, it's because someone else is about to arrive. You'll never be able to escape from your heart, so it's better to listen to what it has to say. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. In a woman's breast, love and hunger are crossed. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Forgive yourself for your faults and your mistakes and move on. When you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. Step out of the history that is holding you back. Step into the new story you are willing to create. Knowledge can be communicated, but not wisdom. One can find it, live it, be fortified by it, do wonders through it, but one cannot communicate and teach it. Any fool can know, the point is to understand. You are what you believe yourself to be. Anyone who loves in the expectation of being loved in return is wasting their time. The voice of the intellect is quiet, but it never tires of repeating, and listeners are found. In small matters, trust the mind. In large ones, trust the heart. Waiting is painful, forgetting is painful, but not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. I never change, I simply become more myself. We don't receive wisdom, we must discover it for ourselves after a journey that no one can take for us or spare us. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. There is only one thing that makes a dream. impossible to achieve, the fear of failure. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. People are capable, at any time in their lives, of doing what they dream of. Envy is destructive. Don't be tempted by it. Live by your own rules. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Strong people have a strong sense of self-worth and self-awareness. They don't need the approval of others. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. Life is too short or too long for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. If you start by promising what you don't even have yet, you'll lose your desire to work towards getting it. There is hope, even when your brain tells you there isn't. You only fail when you stop trying. Sometimes carrying on is a superhuman achievement. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs: the future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. Do not give your attention to what others do or fail to do. Give it to what you do or fail to do. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. We must be willing to let go of the life we plan, so as to have the life that is waiting for us. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever. Be brave enough to stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. The world stands aside to let anyone pass who knows where he is going. Change is never painful, only resistance to change is painful. The pain you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that is coming. Fear is just excitement in need of an attitude adjustment. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Difficulties are meant to rouse, not discourage. The human spirit is to grow strong by conflict. Finding the lesson behind every adversity will be the one important thing that helps get you through it. I have learned not to allow rejection to move me. It's not who you think you are that holds you back, it's who you think you're not. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. The days are long, but the years are short. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Hard times may have held you down, but they will not last forever. When all is said and done, you will be increased. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. Someday is not a day of the week. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. How much you can learn when you fail determines how far you will go in achieving your goals. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. There comes a time in your life when you have to choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it. If your heart is broken, make art with the pieces. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, and find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land. There is no other life but this. A stumble may prevent a fall. Life is too short to waste your time on people who don't respect, appreciate, and value you. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Reputation is what other people know about you. Honor is what you know about yourself. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of chaos, and sometimes in the middle of chaos you find yourself. Our greatest battles are with our own minds.